Hi there, it's Phil Binks. pressSIGN offers you the ability to select any spot colour and find out what the CMYK breakdown is to best get close to that spot colour. This can help you in deciding whether it's worth using CMYK inks or whether you really have to go off and get that spot colour ink. Now, this works for both Pantone colours and custom colours, and indeed you can measure a colour into pressSIGN and still find out that same information. Let's go to the screen that's required that shows us that, and I'll explain some of the ways that it works because it's not totally clear. Okay, so here we are on the interface, and the first thing I want to do is show you that we're in the single patches area, and along this bar here we're in the CMYK section. In here it will look like this, and what we do is we will go to our spot color library drop down and select any of the libraries that you've got in your system. So it could be a custom library. I'm going to choose a color from the Pantone library. Here's a search box, so I'm going to type in a number of my Pantone color or my spot color that I want to try and get a breakdown for. So let's choose 7714 just as an example. It can be any color, as I say. And what pressSIGN does immediately is it shows you the color in the outer ring. There's actually two rings here, and you'll see that as I go along. But the outer ring, it shows you the lab value of that Pantone color, and it's displayed here. The center color would be the color that is produced from the CMYK mix, and the CMYK mix that we can find out, we can control which colors we're going to use. So this is the bit that I want to really explain to you. If I click on the yellow button, then pressSIGN will show me how close I can get to that color using just yellow, and indeed it's showing me that I've just got 5% yellow. It's really nowhere near. We're kind of a 48 delta E away here in this part of the interface. So pressSIGN will show you the delta E and the lab values and the CMY breakdown. Let me click the magenta so that we can use two colors, cyan and magenta, yellow and magenta. And if we use yellow and magenta, we've got 5 magenta, 13 yellow. The delta E is still miles away. So what I want to do now is show you, if I bring in a third colour, cyan, that indeed we don't really get any benefit, because what pressSIGN does in this interface is it will only mix two of these colours. So the colours that you'll see here have either got cyan and yellow, or cyan and magenta, or cyan on its own, yellow on its own, magenta and yellow, or magenta on its own. It won't mix all three at this particular point. If I add the black into the mix, it will then mix three colours, but not all four. And this is the interesting part of the interface. Right now though, just to show you, we have a colour that has a delta E of 0.4, and that is 99 cyan, 31 yellow, 33 black. No magenta involved in this at all. If I were to turn off the black because I didn't want to use it, but I did want to see what a mix of CM and Y would be, then I have to click on this button here, the CMY. So remember, if you've got cyan, magenta and yellow here, it's only going to mix two colours. If you want all three mixed, click on this CMY, and then we'll get a mix of that. So you see the cyan, magenta and yellow mix gives us a delta E of 2.6. If I want to see a full mix of cyan, magenta, yellow and black together, then pressSIGN will do that only if I click on the button here. So I'll click on that, and now we can see that we're back to cyan, magenta, yellow, and pressSIGN reckons that no black is required anyway. Our delta E is still going to be 2.6 in this situation. Let me just click on the black to add it, and So you see I made a mistake there. I need to tick all of these and have this ticked here for it to mix all three together or all four together. And we can see here there's a mix of all four, but that mix of all four gives me a delta E of 0.5, whereas actually if we remove the magenta, we get a delta E of 0.4. So that's what I wanted to show you really, that these buttons here are the only way to force it to use 4 colours or force it to use 3 colours. If you use the buttons at the top, then it will always use just one of those colours, so long as you've only selected 3 of the colours. So it's essentially, if I remove black, then it mixes 2 of these, not 3 of these. If I add black, then it will mix 3 of these, but not all 4. You have to select these buttons to enable it to do that for you. Other things that I can show you are that the listing is delta E 2000 by default, and it will sort the best delta E to the top. I can change that delta E sometimes. It depends on the target standard that we're printing to up here as to what delta E is chosen in this column here. Okay, and the percentage is the total ink mix percentage. Here we have the lab value next to the CMYK value. So let's bring in this black again and let's do this because that gives us our best delta E. And up here now we can see that the two are very, very close together. Okay, if I choose a colour here, if I double click on it, we can see that there's clearly a center circle and the delta E is shown again here at 23.7. If you want to add the colors to this right hand side column to use the sorting and other features of this color column, then you can double click here and you see it's added the color into this mix. I can even double click in the center color and it will add that colour as well and tell me what the delta E is, so that we can do various forms of sorting if we want to go through several colours here. Okay, I hope that has been of interest to you and that's of use to explain how that works. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel to be informed if there's any new videos that I'm making. Thanks for using pressSIGN, and leave comments if you'd like to in the comments area below this video. Thanks a lot now. Bye.